vulnerable sectors contribute the least to the climate crisis, but they will be the most affected when disaster strikes. Environmental group Greenpeace Philippines made the statement as the World Meteorological Organization releases a study warning that the world is on track to breach the 1.5 degrees Celsius warming threshold for 5 years. The group was not surprised with the study as they pointed out the slow action against climate change of government around the world.
Good morning, Aika. Hello everyone. Tayo ay nagbabalik sa panibagong news, panibagong series. Ito ang Play Series. Nandito tayo ngayon sa USTV Gas. At sa araw na ito, magkakaroon tayo ng interview ng random soldiers kung saan ano nga ba ang alam nila tungkol sa climate change. So, let's go!
Hello.
Can I disturb you for a minute?
Yes, sure. What's that?
I'm Johanna. Can I ask you a few questions? By the way, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Ashley.
So, what is your idea about climate change?
For me, I think climate change is the constantly changing of the Earth's temperature. As far as I can remember, it is caused by the constantly changing of the sun's.
So, what is your reaction about the effects of climate change in the Philippines?
We have been experiencing the effects of climate change ever since. And then, I think that from the past, we have been experiencing El Nino, volcanic eruptions, typhoons, and other calamities. And right now, I think that typhoons are becoming stronger. We have been experiencing often volcanic eruptions. And at the moment, we have experienced the effects of the shear line that caused heavy rain here in the Philippines, especially here in the Pacific.
Yan. So, thank you. Thank you. So, ayun guys, meron na tayong isang tao na na-interview. Ngayon naman, maghahanap pa tayo ng dalawa para na makapagpahayag sila ng kanilang sariling opinion about sa climate change. So, tara!
Hi, I'm serving for a minute. Yes.
By the way, I'm Johanna. Can I ask you a few questions? By the way, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Christine.
Okay. Nice to meet you. What is your idea about climate change?
For me, climate change refers to the long-term changes in global temperature that may be due to human activities.
So, what is your reaction about the effects of climate change?
It is very vulnerable here in the Philippines, and it is very disturbing because as climate change worsens, it can directly affect and extensively affect the society, especially as humans and animals.
Uy! Meron tayo. Hello, can I disturb you for a minute?
Sure, yeah.
I'm Johanna. By the way, what is your name?
I'm Natalie, hello.
Can I ask you a bit of questions?
Sure, yeah.
Yes, so what is your idea about climate change?
Climate change, it is a global issue wherein it causes by human activities, specifically the release of the greenhouse gases.
So what is your reaction about the effects of climate change in the Philippines?
I feel so sad because we are experiencing the ferocity of our nature, where in the Philippines we experience extreme weather events and weather like temperature intensity and it causes domino effect to our agriculture, biodiversity, and even increase in sea levels. And so with that, it affects our mankind, our livelihood, it affects our mankind in aspect of our safety, health, and as well to our properties.
Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Sana nakatulong.
Ayun, maraming salamat sa mga sumagot sa aming katanungan at itong impormasyon na ating makalap ay nakakatulong upang tayo ay may alam. Iyon lamang po at hanggang sa muli. Back to you, Aika!
Pag-asa urges the public to recycle and segregate waste. Walking, cycling, or commuting will also help the environment as this lessen the use of cars. For Greenpeace, the government should intensify its adaptation measures and provide more funds to the local climate change action and local disaster risk reduction management plans. The group also says firms destroying natural resources, which in turn harshly impact to residents. They should be held accountable. Energy transformation should also be expedited by prioritizing renewable energy. Pag-asa says government is already conducting measures to address rising temperatures. I Mimay, MBC News. Scientists attribute the global warming trend observed since the mid-20th century to the human expansion of the greenhouse effect. Warming that results when the atmosphere traps heat radiating from Earth toward space. Life on Earth depends on energy coming from the sun. About half the light energy reaching Earth's atmosphere passes through the air and clouds to the surface, where it is absorbed and radiated in the form of infrared heat. About 90% of this heat is then absorbed by greenhouse gases and re-radiated, slowing heat loose to space. Satellites have provided a reliable tool for continuously monitoring changes in the Arctic ice since 1979. Every summer, the Arctic ice cap melts to what scientists called its minimum before colder weather begins to make ice cover increase. This visualization shows the expanse of the annual minimum Arctic sea ice for each year from 1979 through 2022 with a graph overlay. In 2022, Arctic minimum sea ice coverage tied for 10th lowest on record, extending a long-term downward trend. Earth's average surface temperature in 2022 tied with 2015 as the fifth warmest on record, according to an analysis by NASA. Continuing the planet's long-term warming trend, global temperature in 2022 were 1.6 degrees Fahrenheit or 0.89 degrees Celsius above the average for NASA's baseline period to 1959 up to 1980. Scientists from NASA's Goddard Institute for Space Studies or GISS in New York reported. The past 9 years have been the warmest years since the modern record-keeping began in 1880. This means Earth in 2022 was about 2 degrees Fahrenheit or about 1.11 degrees Celsius warmer than the late 19th century average. Right now, we're facing a man-made disaster of global scale, our greatest threat in thousands of years, climate change. If we don't take action, the collapse of our civilizations and the extinction of much of the natural world is on the horizon. The world's peoples have spoken. Their message is clear. Time is running out. The world has become so fragile that we cannot subject the earth to the tortures we can now inflict upon. When we talk about the greenhouse effect, we're talking about something that affects the entire earth. And these problems are life and death problems. They go to the root of the viability of the planet itself. Simply put, if we don't protect nature, we can protect ourselves. reusable shopping bags help reduce the amount of resources needed for the manufacture and disposal of plastic bags, while also preventing plastic pollution of the environment. It lessens greenhouse gas emissions from cars and air pollution. Additionally, you won't need any gasoline, and the environmental damage caused by the extraction of oil for fuel will be mitigated. It also lowers greenhouse gas emissions and air pollution related to automobiles. Additionally, you won't consume any gasoline, and the environmental damage caused by the mining of oil for fuel will be minimized. Water conservation protects the ecosystem and guarantees water supplies during natural disasters like droughts. Furthermore, it makes it possible for vital services like petrol stations, restaurants, hospitals, gyms, and fire departments to function, all of which require a lot of water to run. By controlling your water usage, you can conserve energy and safeguard the ecosystem by preventing the extinction of plants and animals. Trees help to combat global warming by absorbing carbon dioxide, removing and storing carbon while releasing oxygen back into the air. They also reduce wind speeds and cool the air as they lose moisture and reflect the heat upwards from their leaves. Trees highly contribute to a clean environment as they improve air quality through the process of photosynthesis, producing oxygen and taking in carbon dioxide. Proper waste removal helps improve air and water quality as well as reduces greenhouse gas emissions. It helps in minimizing the extraction of resources along with reducing pollution and energy consumption, which is associated with manufacturing new materials.